All right, guys. Today we're going to talk about we're getting into the law of supply and demand. And first, we're going to focus on demand. Um, and guys, you and I as consumers is obviously what causes demand, or we are the demand. And so we'll go through here and kind of look at what affects demand, what causes demand changes, demand shifts, things like that. First thing you see there is the definition there of demand. Total amount of goods, services, consumers. Again, you and I are the consumers. We'll talk about producers later, but what consumers are willing to buy at various prices. So again, you and I are very responsive to those prices. We love cheap prices, but as prices go up, demand for those products will go down. So, and here you see a law of demand, a downward sloping curve. As prices increase, amount demanded decreases, and vice versa. As prices decrease, then the amount demanded is going to obviously increase. So again, price is really our cue for buying of goods, and we all love to shop and find those really great deals and things like that. And again, that is demand. So we're going to look at what some non-price determinants. Again, price is our key thing, but there are some non-price things that determine demand also. So I'm going to kind of just put this up here. Changes in population shifts can be for different reasons. Sometimes it's due to disasters. Sometimes it's just population or areas in the state are growing. And again, increase in population is going to increase in demand. So anytime you see a city that's really just exploding as far as growth is concerned, demand for those new stores and restaurants and Home Depot, Lowe's, you name it, to supply the goods to the change in population there. Again, that's going to increase demand for sure. Okay, so kind of just show you some images. Sometimes hurricanes. This is Hurricane Katrina. Some refugees. Sometimes people fleeing certain countries because of different reasons can cause shifts in population. So again, natural disasters can be a big one for sure. But sometimes you look at some of the cities that used to be pretty small towns now have really grown to massive areas, and again, demand for products in those areas drastically increased. Okay. Another one, whoops, change in population. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go this way. Changes in income. Obviously, you get more income, you're probably going to increase demand for products because why? You've got more money. And usually, when we make more money, we're going to spend more money. And vice versa. The less money we'll make, the less money we'll spend. But increases in income is definitely going to increase demand. Changes in taste and preferences. Fads and fashions, always kind of fun to talk about here. But anytime you see things that, preferences within society and changes in things such as fads and fashions, again, it's going to create demand. Different seasons sometimes change demand for products too. This picture here is just kind of fun to look at, kind of reminisce a little bit at probably some of your, I don't know, maybe junior high days. Or even further back, some of the fads and fashions that have come and gone. The Rubik's Cube, the number one toy we saw in our pre-test, that came about in the 80s and waned, and then again showed back up in the past few years. So Crocs, obviously, riding boots, you name it. You guys can remember a lot of that, and the silly bands and things of that nature. So you can think of some fads that you've kind of come across and they've come and gone, or some that have stuck around. I think Ugg boots have stuck around quite a while. So just kind of an interesting slide. And again, sometimes reminiscing about things, especially as you get old like myself, is kind of fun to do. So anyway, let's move on from there. Hang on just a second. Let's see why I'm having a little bit of an issue here. There we go. Maybe that'll do. There we go. Substitutes. Let's get into substitutes. What a substitute is, guys. And you and I, we do this all the time. You guys obviously know what a substitute teacher is, but substitutes as far as goods are concerned, price of a substitute falls is something. The price of one falls. The demand for that original product will also fall because the demand for substitute is obviously going to increase. Because if you've got two products that satisfy your taste preferences per se, and you usually buy this, but hey, this one's over here just as good and it dropped in price, you and I are usually going to buy the cheaper product. Now, there's some people who are really, really fans of their products. Sometimes you Coca-Cola lovers, you Dr. Pepper lovers, you will not stoop to drinking anything below a true Dr. Pepper or a true Coke. And you know who you are. But we all have kind of funny things about us like that. That again, we're very brand specific and brand loyal sometimes to a fault. So personally, there's certain items, that we won't buy the cheaper product because, again, sometimes you're going to pay that extra money for a good product. And sometimes toilet paper is one of them, and paper towels, things like that. Some of your paper products, cheap paper plates. I mean, they're cheaper, but sometimes you're going to end up with a little kid that's going to spill his plate all over the floor. And again, sometimes it's just not worth buying those cheaper products. But a lot of products do satisfy our taste preferences, and we're going to buy that cheaper product. So substitutes is a vocab word you'll see down the road. And let's continue going here. Here's some substitutes, and we can kind of go through here, and you can kind of see some. There's obviously a lot more in these, but Coke and Pepsi. Again, I know many of us would sit here and argue which better, and is there a difference, yes or no, whatever. But again, it's kind of fun discussion to have. A complementary good. A complementary good is just, it complements another good. A decrease in the price of a good will create an increase in demand for this complement. A digital camera and a memory card. Those are complementary good. A decrease in the price of a digital camera is going to increase demand for a memory card, because if you buy a digital camera, a lot of times you're going to buy another memory card so you have more memory to take pictures with. So anyway, complementary goods. Here's some examples of an iPhone. A decrease in the price of an iPhone is going to increase demand for its OtterBox. Okay, so that's just a complementary good. Here's some more examples. Obviously, DVDs are a little going out of style, but Blu-ray players, let's pretend, a decrease in those prices is going to increase demand for rentals of movies. So complementary goods can be anything, guys. Peanut butter and jelly, shoes and shoestrings, whatever you want to call it. But substitute goods, I think I've got one more. Temperature-wise, a decrease or increase in temperature is going to increase demand for, see, mess that up. Increase demand for maybe in cold weather, hot chocolate. Cooler temperatures, the fall is coming right now. So many people start buying different flavors of goods or whatever. So, but those are complementary goods, even though it may be related to weather changes, things like that. So a couple vocab words here that you'll see. Real income effect, guys. Real income effect, a lot of times I always revert to electric bills, water bills, things like that, because again, a fall in the prices to individuals, your budget, your income stays the same. And let's say the price of your water bill, especially during, say, July and August of summertime, your income stayed the same, but your water bill was $200 more that month. That's real income effect. That's an extra $200 out of your pocket that month because you use so much water. Electric bills during the wintertime can be really expensive with the heat running. And when that happens, again, income stays the same. All of a sudden, your electric bill is way more expensive. That's real income effects. It hits you in the back pocketbook. And again, that's why mom and dad probably tell you, turn the lights off, shut the doors, things like that. It's about money. It's income. And again, you want to save as much money as you can, during these times. And again, water bills, especially, I know this month for us was really expensive. We did a lot of watering in August, and next month I look forward to, because that'll probably be a extra chunk of money in my budget that month, because our water bill in September should be really much smaller because we got a lot of rainfall. So real income effect is obviously a good economic term to know. And last one here, I believe last slide here, is utility. Just a simple vocabulary word. You guys know what a utility is, but in economics terms, it actually means something different. Utility is the amount of satisfaction you and I get from a product. Kind of interesting. So again, be careful. Sometimes some of these words are kind of funny, that they have different meanings. Kind of like capital. You think money, and we know capital is a product you use to make products. Utility, again, how much satisfaction does that product bring you and I? Okay. Hopefully you got something out of this, and hopefully you enjoyed this little short lecture for those of you at home or not at school. So anyway, I'll turn this into a net puzzle, and you guys have a great day.